All right, so here's my Dax125. Dax125. So I pretty much finished setting it up for how I want to use it. Let's see, let's start from the front. Got a little windshield here. I have video on that. I have a front rack. Got a video on that. Got a mid rack. Got a video on that as well. Rear rack. Got a video on that. Center stand. Let's go on to this side over here. Center stand. So got a video on that as well. Another thing I did was inside here I have a bearing support for the stator side. There's the crank. The crank along the connecting rod has two main bearings, and on the other side where the clutch is has a bearing, but the stator side doesn't have a bearing. So put a bearing there so it helps support that. It's basically it's an outrigger sort of. So got that on there. Let's see. Oh, I got the quicker turn throttle instead of 90 degrees turning to get from full close to full open 90 degrees. This one is 25% less, or 25% difference. And the other thing I got is a little quad lock, so that's for attaching a phone so that way you can charge it. This is a wireless charger. Also, if you look at in the back here, I have the little tripod thing here. That's the vibration dampener, because motorcycles have a lot of vibration. If you don't have that, it destroy your camera lens. Because how the smartphones, the camera has a sort of have a little gyroscope in there or something to stabilize it. So without this, if you just mount it directly on there, it would destroy that stabilizer. So got that on there. I still need to plug it up though. I haven't. Let's see. It's right here. Still dangling right here. It's USB-A. So I'm not sure what type of plug I want to put it into. I have two plugs for this thing. I have a plug for. Actually, let's look at it right here. I have a plug for. I have a direct plug, which is this one right here. It's a direct plug to the battery, right? If you do the battery connection, the SAE connection, and this will plug right in. So I used this before. That's cool. Then a few years ago, Quad Lock came out with this new one, right? And it's still brand new. I haven't used it yet. This one right here. This one's the same thing. Has a SAE battery connection, right? And the USB-A again. But the cool thing about this one is that it has this little switch. It has this switch where you could leave it off, so there's no power to the USB at all. You can leave it on, so that way it's always on. Doesn't matter if the key's on or not, or the engine's on or not. Then you could leave it on to auto. And the auto settings that it will, this gadget in here will sense the when the bike is running versus not running. When it's not running, it would automatically turn it off. When it's running, because when it's running, the voltage will actually increase, and it senses that, and it will turn it on. So I'm not sure if I want to put this on or I want to stick with the old plug here. I mean, the old plug is simple. Nothing to go wrong with that one. This one possibly, it's electronic, right? So possibly things could go wrong with it. So this is all my quad lock stuff. One thing you want to have extra of for quad lock is the cable. Their the USB-A to their charger, the wireless charger. The reason why you want to use theirs and not something else. Two reasons. One, it's supposed to be waterproof, right? Because it has that seal, the gasket, whereas a regular USB-C doesn't have that. So this is a USB-C plug. That's where this thing is right here. You can see right there. It's kind of hard to see because it's black, but it's right here. See the cable is coming up and it's right there. So that's waterproof. So that way, if you're in the rain, water doesn't get in there. So that's one reason. Other reason is there's different types of USB standards. Like you have I'm not talking about USB A, B, C or whatever, or micro USB and stuff like that. I'm not talking about the actual the wire standard. There's there's version 1, 2, 3, etc. You want the one that could charge higher at a higher rate. So the quad lock has it where it charges the higher rate. I can't remember what it's called now. I think it's called version 3 or whatever it is. It has a higher charge rate. So that's what you want. All right. So anyways, so I'm gonna use one of those battery chargers. I'm not sure which one. Other thing in here, I have currently I have this plug right here to the battery. This is for I actually use this to charge my battery when I don't ride this bike much, because I don't ride this bike much. But this also plugs into like a heated vest or a heated jacket, heated gloves. Same type of plug. So that's what I have right now. So when I plug the quad lock one, I'm gonna take this out, to use the SAE plug. Let's see. Oh, the middle rack here comes with this little bungee cord. It's just a single whip bungee cord with 2 loop ends. So it comes with that. So I'm gonna leave it right there. That's actually a perfect spot for it. Actually, that's not a good spot for it, because I think the gasoline might destroy the plug if it gets wet with gasoline. So when I pour gas, I need to move this to the side or something, like move it over here or something. I should just leave it right here, but yeah, I'll leave it in here for now. And the little toolkit that it comes with, besides the fuse puller, it comes with a fuse puller, and I think if I remember right, it comes with a screwdriver. That's it. I'm not even sure if it comes with a screwdriver. Fuse puller for sure. But anyways, I have a screwdriver in there right now. One of those double-ended where you take out. It has a Phillips and a flat head on each end, so you flip it around. And the other thing I have in here is a flat tire repair kit with some rope plugs. And I have a quarter right here. A quarter. What the heck's the quarter for? It's not for making a phone call. The quarter is actually for the oil cap, because you need a freaking tool. It's kind of good because it's more secure, so people can't fuck with your shit. But at the same time, it's kind of stupid because you need a freaking tool, right? So it's kind of a pro and con. So I just leave a quarter there. So if I need to check my oil, I could just there's my tool. Otherwise, normally I don't carry change in my pocket. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see, do I have anything else in here? Yeah, I think that's it. So now that I have to set up the way I have it set up, I can start taking this bike on my commute and to properly break it in, because right now it's not even broken in, not fully anyways. Most of it's broken in already. It only has 109 miles. So 109 miles, even though it's not fully broken in, most of the break-in actually happens within the first 20 miles, I would say. 10, 20 miles, then 100 miles later, you can feel it, the engine a little bit looser, then 500 miles later, every 100 miles, you can feel it looser, all the way up until around like 2,000 or 3,000 miles. That's when it's fully broken in. So anyways, yeah, so that's my my Honda Dax125, and that's how I set it up for how I like to use it, and riding around and using it as a commuter bike. This is actually not my main commuter bike. This is a backup commuter bike, because my main commuter bike is over here. That's my main commuter bike right here, and that's my my Zero electric Zero SR. This is the first generation Zero SR electric. So that's my main commuter bike, and I need to change the tires really soon, within probably the next 500 miles. I was gonna do it this week, but I just don't have time. I might still do it. I don't know who knows. So I have that, and I have a bunch of other bikes, and which one is down in here? This is my backup, and right now I actually need to change the tires on this one, because see the cords are almost starting to show. If I take it on another ride, the cords will start showing. So I need to change the tires on this one. And this is my my Triumph Speed Twin 1200. Now that they came out with the Speed Twin 1200R, I basically have the 1200R right here. See that? My Olins, and that's from the Truxton, whatever how you pronounce it. All right, so I have the that's about the only difference I think on the Speed Twin R. But anyways, yeah, so that's my commuter setup for my Dax. or my backup commuter. And if I don't feel like it, I could always drive. Actually, I've been doing that lately. This winter, I've only ridden in the rain a few times. Lighter rain I've ridden in. I haven't ridden in any heavy rain. Heavy rain, I was like, oh, forget it. I just take the car. So I've been lazy. Normally, I ride. Doesn't matter how heavy the rain is, whatever. I always ride. But I think my old age is getting to me. I'm getting older now, and I'm in my midlife now, and the biggest thing I notice riding older is that I get cold easier. Because in the past, I never needed a windshield. In my 20s, 30s, I didn't need a windshield. It wasn't until my 40s that I actually used a windshield. And before that, when I used a windshield, I didn't like it. I was like, oh man, it was too hot. It felt too hot. But now I'm older, so I'm like, oh man, it's too cold, so I have a windshield. So that's the biggest thing that I noticed, the difference. So I actually don't mind the wet, the rain. I really enjoy riding in the rain, but what I don't like is I don't like getting cold, one, and I guess I don't like getting wet. And when you get wet, you get cold, right? And also when you get wet, it's kind of uncomfortable if you're wearing cotton, and I usually wear cotton. Yeah, so that's it. That's my commuter setup. So now I'm start commuting with it, and see how all my racks work. I'm start strapping things to my rack. Since this thing doesn't have any secured carrying capacity, usually when I commute, I always carry a flat tire repair kit because I've had flat tires on my commute before. So I think I'm putting my flat tire repair kit right here. Strap it down right here to the center. If I want to take this thing on a long trip, I could put a gas can on the back right here. Right now I have what size gas can do I have? I think I have a 1.25 gallon. I'm not sure if I want to get a 2.5 gallon or not. Because this bike is 1 gallon, and it's it's supposed to get 120 or 130 or whatever miles per gallon, whatever it is, really high. But that's if you're riding around 25 miles an hour. If you're riding around, when I take long rides, I'm wide open the whole time, full throttle the whole time. So when you do that, the mileage on this will drop down to about 80 miles a gallon. So 1 gallon is 80 miles. If I have another gallon here, that's 160 miles. That's not quite enough, especially if I go out into the Sierras and in the desert Southwest. So, because some gas stations are like, like when you go to Nevada, some gas stations are like literally 200 miles apart. So I might go with 2.5 gallons, because with 2.5 gallons here and another gallon here, 3.5 gallons, at 80 miles an hour, or 80 miles per gallon, that's 240, right? 240 plus, maybe 300 miles. So I'm safe. At 300 miles, I'm safe. But at 200 miles, it's kind of, even at 200 miles, it's still kind of iffy, kind of risky. So yeah, so that's my setup for my Dax. Again, I'm gonna start commuting with it. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.